Football is the most watched and loved sport all over the world. The fans are crazy about football no matter the region and which country. The FIFA World Cup tells us the detailed following of football, when fans from different nations support their teams with great enthusiasm and passion. Today, we will talk about Indonesia and its football. Introduction of Indonesia. Indonesia is a Southeast Asian country located between the Indian and the Pacific Ocean. It is divided into almost 17,000 islands. Football is the most played and popular sport in Indonesia if annual revenue and fan attendance is measured. Football isn't loved by certain age members in the country, but by the whole population, whether the person is 18 or 80 years old. Their love for this beautiful game goes back to the 1930s, when their football league system was started. It was during the time of the Dutch colonial era. Indonesia also has a football body known as the Football Association of Indonesia, PSSI. The Indonesian national team is known by other names too, including the most famous one, the Garuda. History of football in Indonesia. The national team of Indonesia first played in the year 1934, but this wasn't the year of origin of football in the country. The actual origin goes back even further to 1914. This was during the times when the Dutch East Indies had colonised Indonesia. Modern football in Indonesia started when the governing body of football, PSSI, was established in 1930. There were three societies related to football at that time. The first was Nederlands Indisch Voetbalbond, NIVB, belonging to the Dutch. The Chinese had Hua Han Voetbalbond, HNVB, and Indonesians made Persatuan Sepak Seluruh Indonesia, PSSI. In 1938, when Indonesia qualified for the World Cup, the problem of players to be delivered by the societies occurred, but the squad was sent without PSSI players and used the NIVU flag, which was recognised by FIFA at that time. Before 1945, Indonesia was ruled by the Japanese, and Japan had some restrictions on the people of Indonesia. So when, in 1945, Indonesia got independence, the love for football among the nation increased tenfold. After Sorotin Sosroagando, who founded PSSI, died, the PSSI's achievements were far from being appreciated. The national team coaching had problems along with other plans of football. Throughout the years, PSSI has also done work along with some controversies that have always hindered the growth of football in Indonesia. In the first development period, PSSI started the club football system, which introduced Super League Indonesia, Division Main, Division 1 and 2 for non-amateur players. For those players that needed basic knowledge of football, a League Division 3 was established. The chairman, Nurdin Khalid, was involved in some controversies that included easiness for the players for violating any rule. This controversy put a complete end to this era. After all these struggles, Indonesia though is still far behind in the league system if we compare it to La Liga, Premier League and Serie A. But they are slowly and steadily getting better. As of today, football is still far behind the competition compared to Europe, but PSSI, with the help of the government, is doing everything in its power to arrange a proper football for the nation. Indonesia's Football League System. Indonesia's governing body for football, PSSI, merged two competitions, Galatama and Perserikatan, to be one single competition, Liga Indonesia, in 1993. The teams play in double round-robin method from 1994 to 2007. To decide the champion, an elimination stage was also held. However, this method was changed and PSSI adopted the European League System method from 2008 onwards. The competition's name was also changed from Liga Indonesia to Indonesia Super League. The top league was named Liga 1 in 2017 and has been that way ever since. National team of Indonesia. Indonesia was the first country from the continent of Asia to be featured in a FIFA World Cup. But despite this, Indonesia's men team hasn't enjoyed much success. Though their only World Cup appearance wasn't memorable, as they lost the first and only match they played in the 1938 World Cup. They lost 6-0 to Hungary in a direct knockout stage at that time. Indonesia is the only nation in World Cup history to play only one match in their history, as they have never qualified again after that. Indonesia won their bronze at the 1958 Asian Games. They also defeated Qatar for the first time in history in 2004. Overall, Indonesia has a mediocre football team when compared on the world level, but in Asia they are considered a good football nation. The current rank of Indonesia in football's world ranking is 155, and the highest they have ever achieved is 76 in 1998. The fans of Indonesia. Whatever someone says about their men's team, one thing that every nation admires about Indonesia is their love for football. They are one of the most passionate footballing nations, even more than some European countries. They have always supported their team during thick and thin and have never lacked passion, but that's not it. Being a passionate and football-loving country is one side of the page. The other side is hooliganism. Yes, Indonesia has also been called one of the worst fan bases to some extent. Since 1990, there have been 74 deaths related to fan fights. During the 2022 World Cup qualification, Indonesian fans harassed Malaysia's team due to their loss, as they have a very intense rivalry with them. Indonesia fans also gave death threats to Vietnam's football team when they defeated Indonesia in the final of the 2019 Southeast Asia Games. FIFA has banned Indonesia several times on this issue. Overall, the structured body of football in Indonesia is growing, and they are also facing some problems, but if they kept working on it, they can become the face of the Asian continent, along with South Korea, Japan and others.